Hello, Biblical Classical community. Welcome to High School Writing. We are on lesson 2, and the title of this lesson is the 3-paragraph essay. So we're going to get started with a review of topics here. Writing is God's idea. We talked about that in lesson 1 because every time we study a subject, we want to know where it began, how it began. And writing began with God. It's his idea. He wrote the greatest story of all time, and he wrote the most profound ideas ever written. And we know that book is the Bible. Writing helps us form ideas that are clear and exact. And that's really the whole reason why people write, is so that they can formulate their thoughts in a way that is clear. Clear writing is a biblical standard. So when we're talking about standards, what's the measure? Who is going to decide what we do or how we write? It's going to be God and what the Bible's standard is. The Bible is clear on its message and its contents and everything in it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to read the Bible. So we can deduce that clear writing is a biblical standard. Writing God's way with his ideas brings hope and redemption to the world. Our writing should reflect God's truth clearly and coherently. And so this whole course is about writing ideas that communicate God's truth and not our own, so that we can be better communicators of the gospel. So let's get started with the biblical principle for lesson 2, and that is writing is not a gift. It is an art and skill that God put inside of us and can be learned. So many people say, I'm not good at writing. And that might be true, but that doesn't mean that you can't become a good writer. You don't have to love writing, as I've said many times, but it's important that we know how to write well. And we can learn how to write well. And that's what I'm doing in this course. So hopefully you can accomplish and feel confident about writing well. The practice of writing helps us improve our writing skills so that we can communicate God's truth. So practice is the key word here, and practice makes perfect, as they say. The more we practice writing, the better we get. If you happen to go through these lessons in less than a week's time, then great. Go through the course as fast as you want. But the more practice you get, the better you'll get. Our goal in this lesson is to write a 3-paragraph informative essay that reflects our knowledge or your knowledge of a particular topic and God's truth. And I will be telling you what that topic is at the end of this lesson. Be sure that you also add a related Bible verse to each paragraph. Basically, what that means is we're going to incorporate Bible verses or information from the Bible in our 3-paragraph essay. The skill for this week is the purpose of a 3-paragraph informative essay is to give information about 3 related parts of a topic. So the important part of this lesson is related paragraphs. I'm going to teach you how to write related paragraphs. So follow along with me as I read in the related paragraphs section. There are many aspects that you need to consider when writing a 3-paragraph essay or related paragraphs. One aspect is that each paragraph gives a different part of the topic. If you were to write an essay about the beach, let's say, you could write 3 different paragraphs about the beach. One of your paragraphs can be things that you can do at the beach. Another could be reasons why the beach is a great vacation spot. So you got paragraph 1, what you can do at the beach. Paragraph 2, why it's a great vacation spot. And then paragraph 3 could be all the things you can learn about nature at the beach. So those are 3 related ideas that you can make into paragraphs all about the beach. A completely different aspect of writing a 3-paragraph essay could be that you could take one of the ideas that I just mentioned and write 3 paragraphs about a specific thing within one of those 3 ideas or the topic. For example, I could write 1 paragraph about one thing you can do at the beach. And let's say my paragraph is about surfing. So you can conclude here that the entire essay, all 3 paragraphs, are going to be about the things that you can do at the beach. So my main topic is not just the beach, it's about things you can do at the beach, which is only one of my suggested topics from my previous aspect of writing a 3-paragraph essay. Let's read on. My whole paragraph could be about all the ways you can surf or all the great places you could surf. So I could go in 2 different directions here just with surfing. I could go in the direction of where to surf or how to surf. Well, another paragraph, let's say this would be your 2nd paragraph related to the things you can do at the beach, could be about snorkeling. That whole paragraph could be about all the things you can see while snorkeling, or even perhaps how to snorkel. There are lots of people who can swim but don't know the first thing about snorkeling. So that would be a great informative paragraph. Let's read on. Your last paragraph of things you can do at the beach could be sailing. It could be all about how amazing sailing can be at the beach, or like I said before, how to sail on a boat near the beach. Each paragraph in your essay should always be about 3 different ideas about one topic. So I hope that helps explain how to take one idea and break it up into many different ideas. Now, if you go back to lesson 1, follow me real quick, and go to the section about quantifying words in your topic sentence, this is where you could decide what your whole paragraph is going to be about. Is it going to be about things or factors or facts? Maybe it's going to be ways to do something or reasons why something's important, or details that tell you about that, or features, characteristics, attributes, components, parts, elements, qualities. You can take 3 of these quantifying words and use them, 1 in each of your paragraphs. So that kind of gives you an idea of how to start thinking about your 3 related paragraphs using what you know from lesson 1 about topic sentences. Now let's go back to our lesson. Another aspect you need to consider when writing a 3-paragraph essay is the furnishing of your mind with ideas and words. Most people in their teen years, such as yourself, struggle with words and ideas they should use to write. You probably heard, well, I know what my writing assignment is, but I don't know how to get started. I don't know what to say. You may have struggled with that in the previous lesson. When I asked you to write a paragraph about the Bible, maybe you didn't know what to say. Hopefully the article I referenced helped you with that. But this problem is totally normal. For some of you, writing 3 paragraphs might seem intimidating. Like, what? I had trouble with 1 paragraph. How am I going to write 3? Well, in order to solve this problem, students must read. Reading is the key to knowing what to write, because the more you read, the more you know, the more you know, the more words you'll have to be able to write. You may or may not like writing, but reading can help you find the words and ideas you need to write coherently. You don't have to love reading or even love writing to be able to write well, as I said before. But you do have to understand and appreciate that the more you know, the more ideas you will have. So as you grow older, you will continue to furnish your mind with the ideas that you need to write well. In conclusion, reading is a great asset in furnishing your mind with great ideas to write about. Now, let me talk about the course itself in general. This course is a course that is preparing you to write with a biblical worldview about topics that matter in our world. If you're looking for a writing course that's more creative, you write topics on whatever you want, this is not that course. This is a training in thinking with a biblical worldview and writing with a biblical worldview. And that's what I try to do in each of my lessons. Communicating God's truth in writing requires a strong knowledge of the Bible. So if the whole goal of this course is to write biblical truth, we'll need to know what the biblical truth is by reading the Bible. Reading the Bible will serve as your word and idea treasure chest or word and idea bank. That's where you go to get words, is the Bible. You will learn to use the words of the Bible to communicate God's truth. And that is the most beautiful thing about this course, is we are focused on the Word of God in every aspect. Now, I want to stop here for a second before I describe the assignment, because I want to refresh your memory about the basic paragraph that you learned in lesson 1. Let's look at my paragraph structures to see if I followed the basic paragraph format. I started my sentence, my topic sentence starts with, "There are many aspects that you need to consider when writing a 3-paragraph essay." Okay, so I started with the key words, "there are many," and I chose aspects as my quantifying word and many as my qualifying word. So that means every sentence in my paragraph should be about a different aspect of writing the 3-paragraph essay. Then I have my dominant supporting sentences and my subordinate supporting sentences. So my dominant supporting sentence is, I'm going to highlight the part that's the dominant. So different parts of the topic, that's one aspect. And in this particular paragraph, I only have one dominant supporting sentence, because the rest of the paragraph is giving me all subordinate ideas and sentences about different parts of the topic. So my topic is the beach. That's one part of a possible topic, let's say. The next part of a topic has to do with being more specific. So actually, I'm going to add in here general, because the beach is a general topic. That's one part of my topic, is a general topic. A different part of the topic is things you can do at the beach. That is specific. And then I have several subordinating sentences to describe that. And then I have my concluding sentence where I start with my topic, which is each paragraph. So I sort of mixed up all those words and came up with a sentence that retells what the topic sentence is. So again, I took that topic sentence and I mixed up the words and basically wrote the same thing again, using mostly the same words, but in a different order. You'll notice my second paragraph doesn't start with "there are many," because this is a complex related paragraphs. Many aspects is what all of these paragraphs are about. This one's about the different parts of a topic, and this one happens to be about furnishing your mind with ideas. So I'll make that bold. So sometimes you can do that. You don't have to use "there are," but you can add another paragraph to talk about the same thing that you're leading into. But nonetheless, it still is a sentence that tells me what the whole paragraph is about. So I have some of these sentences that are like an introduction to what I want to say about furnishing your mind with ideas. So my subordinating supporting ideas are that students must read. And actually, that is my only subordinating idea in this paragraph. Okay, now we're going to move on to the assignment description. This week's assignment is to write 3 paragraphs about 3 different people in the Bible. Each paragraph should be 11 to 17 sentences long, as in the previous lesson. So you're going to write a basic paragraph every single time you write paragraphs. And you can start with there are many or there are several every single time. I want you to get used to that, because even as a professional writer that's been writing for many years, I still use that basic sentence, topic sentence, to get my mind going so that I have clarity. If I want to go back and improve my topic sentence and make it more advanced or not so monotonous, then I'll go back and do that. But I always start with there are, basically asking myself, what exactly do I want to say about this topic? And how many different things can I say about this topic? So for each person that you choose from the Bible, you're going to have the following 3 paragraphs. You're going to use the topics that I give you. The first paragraph is going to be describe who they are. You can say, there are many different aspects about Noah, or you can say there are many interesting facts about Noah. Whoever that person is, that's how you would start that particular paragraph. The second paragraph is going to be what they've done. So if you're writing about Noah, you would say, there are many interesting things that Noah has done, or there are several great accomplishments Noah did in his lifetime, or something like that. The third paragraph is going to be, what are the most prominent character qualities that those people have? Are they brave, strong, courageous, faithful, loving? You can Google character qualities list and find a number of words to use. So don't be afraid to search for ideas on the internet as far as describing their character qualities. Now, you don't want to Google Noah in the Bible and then just find some random website that tells about Noah. You're going to use the Bible to find out who that person is. And hopefully you know some people from the Bible. But for this last paragraph, you're going to choose 2 character qualities. So you don't want to just say that they're courageous. You want to say that they're faithful and courageous, or something like that. Or maybe you're not going to use a word. You could say they followed God with great passion, or something like that. That could be one of your character qualities. Or they listened to God's voice, or something like that. But the other important part about your third paragraph is I want you to emphasize how God used them for his purposes. So you don't want to just write what their character qualities are. You want to put an emphasis on how God used them that demonstrate these character qualities. Okay. A sample topic sentence might be, there are many amazing things about blank and how God used them for his purposes. So that would be for your third paragraph. That's a sample sentence for your third paragraph. Now you could choose characters such as Noah, Abraham, Jacob, Joseph, Moses, Samuel, David, Daniel, Ezra, Nehemiah, Elijah, Jonah, Matthew, Peter, Paul, Stephen, James, or John, or any character that from the Bible that you would like. But I want to make sure, I'm going to make this bold, make sure one of your paragraphs is about Jesus. So you're going to pick Jesus for your third paragraph because he's the most important one, and you want to leave your reader with an understanding of who he is at the end. And then your first and second paragraph can be about any other character. And you're, like I said before, you're going to get your facts from the Bible. And even on your planning sheet, right in this planning section here, you could write the word David and then put in here where you're going to go for information. So let's say I go to Samuel chapter 9 to 15 or something like that. And you can just skim those chapters or that passage to pick and choose different pieces of information that you can include in your paragraph. So make sure you put the reference on your planning sheet so that you can go back to it if you want to change anything or add anything. All right. Talk with your parent to brainstorm what 3 people you can write about and get their help so that you are confident about what to write. Because again, you're probably going to say, I don't know what to write or where to start. You're going to start with a basic paragraph, which starts with there are many or there are several. Okay. Those are your first 3 words. So don't get too insecure about what to write. Start with that. Go back to lesson 1 to pick and choose some of the words from there. I want to make sure you have transition words and different things like that. So read the Bible to gather details. I said that. Plan your dominant and subordinate ideas in the planning section for each paragraph before writing your rough draft, and be sure to check the grading and reflection section to improve your writing. Share your essay with your parent or writing instructor for feedback. You want to get feedback from your parent so that you can improve your writing as much as possible. So again, each section here, so this section on the left is going to be for your first paragraph. This section in the middle is going to be for your second paragraph. And this section here is going to be for your third paragraph. And we already know that your third paragraph is going to be about Jesus. So you can just put that in there right now so you don't forget. But if you do, that's okay. All right. So that's how you're going to start your planning section. And then, of course, you do your writing in the writing section. And down at the bottom, don't forget the grading section. Go through these questions and check off all the ones that you know or feel confident about that you have done correctly. And I just have to say a small word about spelling, grammar, and word usage mistakes. If you're working on your computer, a lot of times it will tell you whether you have a misspelled word or your grammar is not correct. So please make sure that you check that and fix any mistakes that you might need to fix. And then this reflection section would be, which one of these questions did you improve? So you're grading yourself. You're saying, oh, well, the main one I didn't get right is my topic sentence. So I had to fix that. So go to your reflection section and you would say, I fixed my topic sentences, or my topic sentence needed to be improved, or something like that, because you want to keep a record of what things you're struggling with that after you read the grading section, you're like, oh yeah, I need to fix that. And then you go back and fix it. And then at the very, very end, you say what you fixed, because that'll tell you what you're struggling with. Because if you look at lessons 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so forth and so on, you're going to be able to notice if you're making the same mistakes over and over again. And that's really what this reflection section is, because you could get to lesson 7 and be like, oh, well, I made a mistake on my topic sentences. And then your parent or you could be prompted in your mind and say, you know what? I keep messing up on that, or I keep having to fix that. So maybe I need to go back to lesson 1 to figure out the best way to write topic sentences or something like that. So I hope that makes sense, how to use the reflection section, because that's so important in keeping track of your own progress. So that's it for lesson 2, 3-paragraph essay. I hope it all makes sense. I hope that you're inspired, that you have the ability to do this. God has given you this ability, and with the information that I'm helping you with, you have the ability to do that. And if you need to use the information from lesson 1 again, because you forgot about it or you're not sure about it, go back and review that lesson too. Take the time to get these lessons right. Do not go on to lesson 3 unless you feel confident that you can write a 3-paragraph informative essay that reflects your knowledge of the topic, and it includes God's truth or some kind of Bible reference. If you feel confident that you've accomplished that in this assignment, then you can go on to lesson 3. But don't be ashamed to take as long as you want on this lesson to make sure you get it right, because it's only going to get more complex. So it's important that you understand lessons 1 and 2 before you go to lesson 3. All right, that's it for now. I will see you in the next lesson. Thanks for watching. Bye.